Michelle with Pink and Maine. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be making a couple of fun scratch-off cards with our Jackpot stamps and dies and our scratch-off sticker sheets. These items are so unique and so fun to make cards that your friends and loved ones will remember for a long time. Okay, let's get started on our first card. We're going to be making an A2 size side folding card. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 when folded. I've got everything cut out and ready to go so we can make a super fun scratch off card. Here I've got our Riverwalk and our construction cardstock. Here I've got a layering piece that's the same size as my card base, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I used our stitched rectangle set 1 for this. The largest rectangle in that set is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And it has that nice stitching on the inside edge, which gives a nice finished look. So we're going to glue that down to the card base first, and then layering on top of that, I've cut with our mod stitched rectangles this piece, and it has 2 rounded corners and 2 regular corners with the stitched finish. So here's our card so far with the 2 first layering pieces down. I love these colors together. They're so bright and cheerful. Next, I've taken this piece of plaid paper from our Sunshine and Smiles paper pack, and I've cut it down to about 2 inches wide by the width of my orange piece, which is 3 3/4. And then I've cut a piece of the blue and white polka dot 1/4 of an inch wider, so we get a little of that peeking out on the top and the bottom. Before I glue these 2 pieces down, I want to wrap some ribbon around the bottom and glue it to the back. So I'm just going to take a piece of ribbon a little wider than the piece and wrap it around the back. I've already got glue on the back, so I'm just sticking it down in that glue that's there already. So there's our pieces with the ribbon. It's loose on the front, but glued around the back. Next, we've got our super fun slot machine, and I colored it in nice, bright, cheerful colors. I've stamped Jackpot at the top. I put some cherries going across, and then I stamped Happy Birthday down in this bottom portion. So it's a perfect little birthday card. I've added some foam tape to the back just to pop it up a little bit. We're just going to add that down in the center of the card. I've stamped the sentiment. If you're lucky, there's some money inside. I think that's fun. And I'm going to put that down here at the bottom. Now I've taken our scratch off sticker sheets, and I'm using the gold for this one. And I have die cut the 2 pieces that cover the 2 parts of the slot machine at the top, and then here to cover up the little cherries. So I'm just going to gently peel away the scratch off portion of the sticker, and it's going to be sticky on the back. And I'm just going to lay that over that window there. How fun! And I'm going to do the same for the top where it says Jackpot. I'm going to tie a knot here with this ribbon just to add a little finishing touch. So I slide the ribbon underneath. Before I tie the knot, I always add just a touch of adhesive to the ribbon it's going on. That way it'll hold it in place securely. So then we just cross it over. I bring one end under and I kind of twist it to bring the polka dots back up to the top. And I just pull one simple knot there. There we go. And I press it down into that adhesive and that little knot will stay. I'm just going to take my scissors and trim off some of the excess ribbon. And here's our first card. It's super fun. It's super cheerful. It's so unique and different. And I can't wait to give it to someone special for their birthday. And don't forget, before you give someone a scratch-off card, to put one of our little scratchers on the inside of the card. That way they have something to scratch off the sticker with. So for this one, I would put this bright pink scratcher in there. And you can see it just gives someone an easy way to scratch off and reveal the special message in their card. Look at that, how fun. For our next card, we're gonna make another A2 size card. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 when folded. It's a side folding card. I'm gonna try something new to me for this card. So it's gonna be fun. I've never done this before, but I've seen them being made. I think it looks really cool. I love to make a shaker card. So we're gonna make a shaker card that covers the entire front of our card. So the whole front of our card is gonna be a shaker card. So the first thing I've done is taken this really fun pattern paper from our Sunshine and Smiles paper pad, and I've cut it to the card base size. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's going to cover the complete front of the card. The next thing I've done is I've taken a piece of acetate, or you can use transparency sheets, and I've cut it 1 inch larger than the card base. This is 5 1/4 by 6 1/2 inches. So then you take it to your scoreboard and 1/2 inch all the way around, you do a score. So 1/2 inch over from each side, you make a score, and then you fold them back. You also, I don't know if you can see it on this paper, since it's clear, it's hard to see. You have to miter those corners so that it will fold together. And then where it's going to fold back around behind my piece of paper, I've added our 1/4 inch easy tear tape. It has a good strong hold, so it'll hold it to the paper really well. So let's go ahead and fit that paper in there, and let's start folding the sides and adhering them down. I'm removing the release paper from the double-sided tape from 3 of the sides. You only want to do 3 to begin with. Make sure my paper is centered within those score lines. And again, we're only doing 3 sides, the 2 sides and the bottom. And that way we create a pocket. I've got some super bright and cheery sequins. This is from one of our Crafty Courtyard kits. And I'm just gonna open this up and pour the sequins inside our pocket. So now we have all our fun sequins inside our pocket. We can close the top of the shaker pouch. Okay, we're just going to seal over the top. You want to make sure it's nice and secure all the way around. So you don't want someone to shake out any sequins. But there we go. Now we have a shaker card that shakes. It's the whole front of the card. How fun is that? I also want to decorate the front of this shaker window a little bit. So I'm going to add some green and white polka dot paper from our Sunshine and Smiles paper pad and a little strip of our Riverwalk cardstock on top of there. I've used our double-sided easy tear tape for this because I want a super strong adhesion to this acetate card front. Before I glue these pieces onto the card, I want to add some more ribbon. This time I've taken some of our easy tear tape, just put a little piece at each end of the ribbon on the back. I'm going to put it on the front where I want it. And then just wrap it around. And now I'll adhere this down on the front of the card. I'll remove the release paper from the adhesive on the back of the slot machine and add that next. And this time I've used these silver scratch off sticker sheets. I've die cut them and I'll just place them over sentiment. This time I've stamped Jackpot and then congratulations. I've stamped all the little diamonds or gems there. And then I used the sentiment, "It's your lucky day." So wouldn't that be perfect for like an engagement card? I'm going to add another knot on top of our ribbon just to give it a little finishing look there. So I'm going to put a dot of glue where I want my knot and then just tie my simple knot. The last thing we got to do is add our shaker card front to our card base. So I've added our easy tear tape to the front of the card base so I get a good secure strong hold to that clear acetate sheet. So I'll remove the release paper and we'll glue this down. And here we are. How fun is that? I've only been to a casino once in my life, but this card reminds me so much of the bright colors and all the fun blinking lights near the slot machines. This is just a super fun card. Don't forget to add in your scratcher so that the recipient can scratch off and reveal what's hidden underneath. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed these cards I've created with our Jackpot stamps and dies and our scratch off sticker sheets. You can find these products and more at pinkandmade.com or ask your local retailer. Until next time, my friends, keep living the creative life.